He's going to
Yeah.
Smith's got a stand-up set for us here, and we're glad that he could join us. And yeah, take it away, Dan.
All right. See if I get it. There we go. All right. All right. Thank you, everybody, for coming out here tonight. This is one of my 40 for 40 things, and what that is when I turned 40, I wanted to do 40 new things, and stand-up comedy. Yes, thank you. And stand-up comedy is something I've always been wanting to try. So, like I said, thank you for coming out here. But I want to get to know you guys a little bit here, so I'm going to ask a few questions. Let's give a clap here for who is a dog lover out here. Yes, that's awesome. How about cats? Yeah, okay. A few less of those. I feel a little offended. I do have a cat myself. His name's Cypress. You'll probably learn more about him and some of my future things here. All right, let's go for another one. How about pizza? Who here likes pizza? All right. All right, let's get a little more specific. Hawaiian pizza? Anybody? Oh, okay, more than I thought. All right, last one. This might be a little too soon, but who here is a Vikings fan? Yeah. How about when they're doing well? That's a little more. All right. Yeah, I'm just going to keep asking questions like this all night because this is where I'm getting my applause from. Oh man, yeah. So, gosh, this is kind of like a first date in a way. You know, I have a few minutes here to impress you. I'm going to be doing all the talking, and I'll be bringing up my past. Yeah. So, yeah, enough about getting to know all you. No. But I'll share a little bit here about my childhood life. And one of the first things I want to say is I was never the one that wanted to give presentations in school. I hated it. They had reports, and we'd have to read off that. And I was up there just shaking away, and my teachers would end up giving me a can of paint to shake up for them. But so yeah, it was not fun doing presentations. But one thing that I did like, and this might be a little obvious, but making people laugh. I love doing that. Yes, thank you. So that was one thing that always got me going here. And in third grade, I had a teacher, Mr. Reitz. I don't know, does anyone here remember him from Wilmer? Yeah. At all? All right. Got one there in the back. Good. Sadly, he had passed away recently, but before I was in third grade at the old Lincoln School, and he was my teacher. And he told us to write any word on the board. And we're learning cursive, so we had to write it in cursive. And so I did. And I remember standing there, and I was laughing to myself, and I was thinking, oh man, this is going to give him a big tickle. Or, I don't know, that whatever third graders said. Sounds like I was in the 1920s there. But, so there I am standing. I look to the person to my right, and I'm thinking, yeah, he's really going to like this. And I remember hearing some sound in the background there. And anybody want to take a guess at what word I wrote on the board? Ass? Close? Any other guesses? Dad, you don't count. My parents are in the back there. Yes, give them a round of applause. They're the ones who brought me this far, and my dad always said, I can't wait till he talks, and now look. So yeah, ass, that might have been okay. I ended up writing tits. Yes, that is the reaction I was hoping he would have. But he did not. So there I am, and I'm listening, and I'm thinking, okay, I'm hearing a name, and at first it didn't click with me. And then I hear, Dan. Oh, sorry, I should have said, that's my name. He already introduced me, but yeah, so he was calling my name. So I turn around, and he's like, do you really think that's an appropriate word to write on the board? And in my mind, I said, yeah. I channeled my inner Tony the Tiger, and I said, they're great. But instead, it came out more like, no, sir, I'm sorry. I'll erase that. And I thought that would be the end of it. And it was. Until a few weeks later with parent-teacher conferences. And my parents, they're always like, hey, do you have anything to let us know when we go in there? And, of course, me, I'm like, no, Daddy. Nothing for you to know. But Mr. Reitz, he thought different. He said, yeah, Dan, he does well in school. He gets along with his classmates and helpful in the room and knows the subject and stuff. And except for one, we're learning cursive, and he wrote on the board, tits. And so my dad, being the classy guy here, he tried not to laugh. And then my mom, she was a little more disappointed in me. And, they turned to me, and I was like, just kind of sheepishly looking. And they're like, what do you have to say about this? And again, I channeled my inner Tony the Tiger, and I was like, they're great. But no, some of that was made up. Only the ending there. The rest was actually true. So I'll let you guys know about one more story here. And that was about one of my childhood treasures. So before I go on with that, what did you guys, when you were a kid, what was it that you played with each day, one of your favorite things to do? Tits, yes! There we go. Now you see why I wrote that on the board. Well, mine was a bike. And I loved riding that bike. I built a ramp, and like Napoleon Dynamite, I took it on some pretty sweet jumps. And of course, I did the typical 90s thing. I put a baseball card in the spokes there and ran around like I was super fast. And and I love that thing. Until one day, my dad asks, he's like, why don't you ride your bike anymore? And I go, because you sold it 6 months ago, Dad. I can't ride that anymore. So that killed my dream of being a BMX racer. And let's fast forward to about 35 years later here. A few years ago, my dad and I and my mom were talking, and he's like, are you ever going to ride my motorcycle if I pass away? Because he's in that planning phase right now. And I said, well, maybe. And he goes, well, you don't even have a permit. You've never even rode a bike. And I was like, well, Dad, you sold it 35 years ago. No. But I showed him. The next week, I went out and bought a motorcycle at A. Paul's there. And I couldn't ride it, so so I had him ride it home for me. I rode in the car, and just like when I was a kid, he taught me how to ride that, and I appreciate that. We did it step by step and everything, and able to build memories, and that's the main reason I wanted to do it, because I wanted to build memories with him before, I'm not able to, or not able to ride with him. And so for a couple years here, we've gone on a trip to South Dakota. That's been our big ride. The first year really sucked because that one was super hot out, and I was thinking, I don't need a coat or anything, and yeah, that was a mistake. So got really worn out there. And, I'm just waiting for the day again when he asks, "Hey, Dan, why don't we ride bike anymore?" And I can look him in the face and go, "Well, Dad, I sold your bike 6 months ago. How do you like that?" But yeah, that was a little bit of my childhood there. Some people asked me when I told them I was going to be doing this, they're like, "Are you just going to go up there and tell some dad jokes and stuff?" And I was thinking, yeah, I have she knows. And I was like, nah, I'm not going to do that. That'd be too hard. What am I going to do? Go up there and be like, "Hey guys, what's blue and doesn't weigh much?" Anyone? Light blue. Am I going to go and tell them about my friend that used to work in a recycling factory, and they had to quit their job because it was soda pressing? And I was like, no, I'm not going to go up there and tell them all that type of stuff, because then they're going to come up to me afterwards and ask, "How do you remember all these jokes?" And I'll tell them, "Well, I store it in my database." So when the reality is, I'm not busy, remembering birth dates and anniversaries here. So, except for my cat, he was born on May 23rd, 2022. Yes, exactly. He is a great cat. And I got him on, September 23rd, 2022. But no, like I said at the beginning here, this is one of my 40-for-40 things, and I really appreciate everybody coming out. I hope that everybody, if there's something that you feel that you can't do, that you go out and do that you believe in yourself, just like everybody here that came to watch me tonight, that believed in me. So, and just like end of a good date, it's time to wrap it up.
Hey, Dan, everybody. You say this is like a first date? I think a second date is over. What do you think? Yeah, Eric back there. Dan looks like a classy guy. I think he would have split the tab. Maybe he paid for the whole thing for everybody. So just
there we go.
Thank you, Dan. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Thank you.